And yeah, we are on YouTube. So let's start. Um, Good evening, YouTube. We're here for another English immersion. My name is Warley, and the topic for today is the power of saying no. But before to start with the questions, I would like to explain a little bit about Talk and Talk, so you that are watching us on YouTube can understand how all of this idea works. So Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers. We are not here for focus on your level in English or on correction, for example. This is not a regular class. I'm not an English teacher at all. So the main idea is to focus on the conversation and to try to develop your confidence and your conversation as well in English. So that's the main idea here. We have other language on the platform as Spanish, French, Italian, and German, I believe. So you can see all of that on the Talk and Talk website. Okay. So with that in mind, I think we can go to the question number one. What does say no mean to you in different aspects of life? What do you think, Gislaine? Let me know your opinion about that.
For me, okay, my first time. Okay, for me to say it was very difficult for me. Oh my gosh! But later was a liberating, like liberating because I needed to learn about this, guys. It's hard, but I needed to learn. I learned to say no to many things that I use it to say yes. And now I think more about myself first. For example, I think first me, myself. And to be honest, guys, I needed to change my life. This is for me so good for me because I changed my life about this when I learned it.
Nice. In about the concept of that, how would you define the point of saying no? What does it mean for you?
For me, and for me, it's when I say the liberating. For example, when someone, it's depend when they need help me about the money, I need the help the hand, and if I have to do something, I need to pay attention. My folks, it's for me, it's important to me now. It is important, my folks. For example, that's why my English it's like lately because in the when I begin here I help everybody. And in Brazil it's just the same, it's the same. I don't have a time for to study English.
Yeah, that's
Because
a
I
good.
help. Yeah,
Yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry, sorry.
Go ahead.
Because
Go ahead.
I help people and I don't pay attention my time. I don't say no. I just say yes. Okay, I help. I help. You know.
Yeah, and it's like of easy to say yes all the time. So it's hard to say no, and sometimes you need to focus on something else, and you are busy, or maybe it's not so important for you doing that. So maybe it's because of that. Maybe you need to say no because it's better for you to say no. But sometimes it's hard because it's so easy to say yes and it's difficult to say no. But as you said, I think sometimes it's important. Maybe almost every time, it's like of important to think about you first. So that's the main point.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's not easy, but it's important. It's very important. Amazing,
Mhm.
amazing. And what about you, Daniel? What do you think about that? What does it mean for you?
Uh, I agree with Gislaine. It's so hard to think about to say no, but it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to say no. And to me, what to me, in different aspects of my life, so it sounded like to think in myself before to think in others people. For example. to put me in first time, in first place. For example, sometimes it's so, like you said, it's so easy to say yes. Oh, yes, yeah. If someone asks me or ask me to do anything, I just say, well, yes, oh, yes, I can, yes, I can. Uh, and sometimes it's so necessary to say no because before to say yes I need or before to say yes I need to think it myself. For example, oh, it's so necessary, it's a good, it's good to me if I do anything that the people ask me or it's not. So I need to think myself before first of all. But the real aspects in different aspects for me to me but limited to say no sounds like to put limits. So it's necessary, oh yes, say yes, no, no, say no. But it's so hard, everyone. I believe it is more easy to say yes than to say no. It's so hard.
Yeah, exactly that. And related to this point that we were talking before, why do some people find it difficult to say no? In your opinion, why do you think a lot of people have a lot of problems to say no?
So I don't know the really reason, but in my case, I have a problem in to say I had a problem to say no because I think about what the people are gonna think about me if I say no. If I say no, maybe I don't I not gonna help him or help it. So I need to say yes because I always think if I say yes, I would be helping the people. So if I said no, I I would be I don't know how to say in English, estragando the life of people because I think, oh, I needed to save anyone, I need to help anyone. It's so hard to say no. I believe the most of people have this difficult. It's a problem, but it's important to deal with that and to treat. I don't know. But for me, is that the most difficult is because the people want to help others. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly the point. And about the point that you said, how to say estragar, for example, I believe that you can say like when. Actually, I don't know how to say that.
Rain.
Rin, I believe.
Rain.
That's,
Thank you.
let me type here. So you can say like, I'm going to ruin everything, So it's like of the arruinar in Portuguese. I
Yeah.
believe we have the same idea. And related to this point of the question number two, um, as you said, I think sometimes we think a lot about the other, about what is the other thinking, or I will bother something, someone, or maybe the person will get like angry about me or something like that. So I believe that because of that, it's so difficult for us to say no, So it's quite of hard to do that. But as I said before, as Gilan said before, it's important to think about you in the first step, So that's the main point, in my opinion, about that. And as we said, it's not so easy to do that, but it's important, You need to put like boundaries, and it's important to have this limit for your life and for your time, So your time is so important. and you need to take care about that. And what about you, Islaine? What do you think about this question number two?
Okay, I agree with you guys. I agree. And good point. I'm going to compliment this. I think because they love, when people love to say yes, I think, and when it's hard, but I believe that's because love. And oh my gosh, but the person is good, but that's not always good, because you need to say no. It's important. It's so important to say no, because if it's hard and you can say yes to everything, and some people thinks like one day I will need it. For example, people think about this. Oh, if one day and you need it, I will say yes. It's, I think, that's it. And I was like that once, and but eventually I will learn about this. But all the time I say this moment for me, no, because I need to focus in my life, in my study, my English, in my life.
So nowadays it's easier for you to say no, for example?
Yeah, for me it's easy because I think when people call me, someone call me for to need to help or to money or something, I say no because I pay attention my schedule, like my schedule, my chronogram, because this is I need oh my gosh, for example, my away and the people like I think this spoil or rain is for me. I choose first me. I choose first me. I don't know it's correct.
Yeah, that's the point. As we said before, the main idea about saying no is think about you in the first step, so that's the most important thing. And related to this point, in your opinion, where do you think, actually, in your opinion, do you think people should the most say no on work, family, or friendships, for example? And why do you think about that?
Oh my gosh, I think it's hard for to say for family. For family it's more difficult because you have a feeling, you have a feeling, and then it's hard. It's so hard to say to no. For example, my mom, when she called me for to help something or for, I say, oh my gosh, I need to think. I need to think first, But yeah. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I totally agree with you. I think with family is difficult,
Hmm.
when you think about your mom or your dad, for example, it's hard to say no for everything or for something, So if they are asking for something, it's so
Hmm.
easy actually, and it's about feelings, as you said, so it's difficult. For
Hmm.
me, actually, in my case, it's a little bit difficult on work as well
Hmm.
because as I work with as a project manager, I have a lot of meetings nowadays. So it's quite of hard as well because I have meetings with a lot of people. So it's difficult because I have an agenda and I have a lot of appointments, and it's hard to say no for someone that's trying to schedule up an appointment with me. But
Yeah.
yeah, on
Yeah, I think
compared
it's
to families, it's easy. Yeah, go ahead.
mhm. The co-work is too. For me, it's a choice. The second, it's hard because we work in someone. It's to say it's hard to say no, and I family because I really you want to be the best for them. You the best for them. The co-working, I think little. Little interesting. For example, could you cover my spa? Could you cover something for day, And you like the change. You can do something for me today. I can do for you tomorrow. Like interesting.
Yeah, we don't have like so emotional things related to work, so it's quite of easy to do that compared to family. And yeah, I totally agree with you, but sometimes it's not so easy as well, but it's compared to family, it's definitely more easy to do that. But okay, nice. And what about you, Daniel? What do you think about that?
I agree with you, Zhang, because again, because to say no for my mom or my brother is so hard. Uh, but I learned a lot about this, and when I suffering a lot when my brother asking me anything to do to make, and I need to say no. It's so hard because as I think, oh, if he is gonna suffering because I can't help him. No, it's I suffering a lot, but in like I said before, I learned it to say no, and it was a very uh, very important thing in my life. I grow up a lot. But answer your asking to say no at family is so hard, more hard than work, than co-work or friendship, because I always want to help my family. I love my family. Always, I I I I prefer helping them. So because this is so hard, it's so hard, but it's necessary, like I said before, in all cases.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But nowadays, is it easy for you to say no, for example, or do you usually say no in your life? No, generally.
Not easily, not so easy, but I learned to say no. Sometimes it depends on situation. It's easy. For example, can you give me money? For example, "Oh, I don't have money." It's so easy to say no. But you can make it, something like that. It's so hard. So, like I said, it depends on situation. In case it is so hard, in other case it is easily. But I learn it and I continue learning because to say no, always I I'm gonna have situations to say no or to say yes, and it's necessary to learning every day. Every day we have different situations, new situations, old situations, and we need to deal with that and to say no. But not easy. Sometimes it's so hard, depending on the situation.
Yeah, and in a general way, have you learned for someone to do that, or when was the moment that you uh, realized that you needed to say no in a general way? When was this moment, in your opinion?
I don't understand the real point here.
In a general way, have you learned about to say no for someone, for example, or when was the moment that you
Understand.
realize that you need to say no and you start to do that?
The two points. I already learned it with someone. I read a book, an important book. I don't remember the name of, but it helped me a lot to say no, to comprehend the importance to say no. And sometimes I learn on moments because I stop it, I think it. Oh, it's good to me. What happened if I say yes or if I say no? So was the moment I turned the I decided and I learned it with the two cases. With someone I already watched some videos at YouTube. I like it. Some coaches that learn a bit about this subject, and I see that sometimes it is necessary, so necessary to say no, and it's gonna is good not only me but the person and me too, because my decisions affected not only me but people around me. For example, I'm married, so some decisions that I have to do affected my wife too, my friends, my close friends, and sometimes my family. So I needed to think a lot before to make a decision and to learn to say no. So with some young and moment too.
Yeah, you brought us such an interesting point, because we think a lot about saying no and we think about us, but it's important to think about maybe the decision here and what I'm saying here, it will impact others, like my family or a lot of people or something like that. So sometimes saying no, it's more important, than just think about us, because can impact on others and can maybe bring complicated points for them. So it's important to think about that as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's a really good point.
thank you.
And what about you, Gislaine? You said before that it's easier for you to say no nowadays, but have you learned that from someone, for example, or when was that?
Yeah, when I people some when I someone call me, because this has happened more, but this more, it's happened more. For example, because I'm far, it's my family, I'm so far, too far, my family. And when they or my friends call me, I prepare it before. For example, when I took my phone, I say, I need to say no. 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 It's depends, but I need to say no because yes, I have a friend for just to talk to me, just some more things, but I have another part to ask for me, like he asked for me about help, help all the time, help. I have I separate. I have a friend and the family don't ask for me about the money or about the help. But another part, when I call me for to help. And I think 2 days ago, I have a grandmother. She lives in Bahia and she needs help. But my mom and my aunt and uncle need to help my grandmother. I don't say yes, I help. No, because it's no. Sorry, guys, but it's no my problem. No, my problem. They needed to solve this problem, and then that's why I need to say no. My mom, when she needs help, because I am daughter her, my mom needed to help my grandmother. I don't know if you understand that, because it's so hard for me to say that, but I'm learning. I don't say yes all the time, because this is like it's a big problem for me, because I believe it. I think I believe it, like because I have a lot of crença, and I say, oh, I need to help someone. Oh my gosh, I'm a bad person to say no. But this moment, no. All the time I say, no. You need to save money. You need to do this. You need to learn.
Why do you think it's so difficult, or it's more difficult to say no, or this relation of saying no when need help, or someone is asking for help related to money? Because I believe that in a general way we have a lot of problems with family and all this stuff when someone's need help, and
Mhm.
they are asking for help, and when is that related to money, you know? I don't know exactly why, but I don't know. Actually, what do you think about that? Why do you think it's so difficult, this relation?
Yes, okay. And I think people need to solve this problem. And for example, the money for me, people don't have a money, for example, don't save money during the month. I think they needed to do good administration, good administration, because they need help when they don't know about the administration. Always they needed the money. They needed the money all the time. Save money because, for example, it's no important if you receive a $1 million or 100. If you have this money, you need to do this money. This money you need to do, or another job, or you need to do something. You need to do solve this problem. It's your problem, you know. No need to ask for someone for borrow or lend for help you. I think it's so bad because when I know now this moment, but I believe I don't need it. But if I need it, I save my money, Warley, Daniel. I save little money every month because if I will one day, I will need it. I have.
Yeah, and that's a good point because I believe that when it's related to money, if you are like helping someone with money and all this stuff, it creates like a habit, you know. So the other
Mm-hmm.
person create like a habit to always ask you for money, you know. So that's the most
Mm-hmm.
difficult point. And as you said, the main point is you need to learn about how to deal with money and how to create uh, organization about your money and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main idea. And if you don't do that, as you said, it doesn't matter if you receive a lot of money or if you receive less money. In both cases, you need to learn about how to deal with that, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the, it's not so easy to do that as well, but it's important. I don't know why, but here in Brazil, we have a lot of problems with that, you know. A lot of people have
Mm-hmm.
problems with deal with money and all this stuff, and it creates like a worse problem, but yeah, it's important. It's important. Um, yeah, that's a good point. And related to this point, let's move on to the question number 6. How can saying no improve your mental health and well-being in a general way? I don't know, maybe related to family or work or all this stuff. You know, saying no in general way. What do you think about that, Gislaine?
Okay, it's my okay. I feel relieved, like aliviado today because I will give the answer and when you like and you would like to give it out, waiting to please it out, bring it the problem yourself. When you say no, it's better for you because it's a you can receive a big problem for you. It's for me say no, sorry guys, but I my money, I need you to do something for me. Sorry, I can't do that. Or my time. Oh, sorry, I have a time for to do something for me. Sorry. But this moment, if I have a free time, I can do that. But if I don't need it, I don't have, no, sorry. Because, for example, guys, I needed to learn more English. I need to improve my English. Warley, because for example, my English, for example, I use the word, the same word all the day. I need to put in a new word in my vocabulary. Yeah, I need to learn for putting this, because sometimes I forgot when I talk to you. For example, this moment I forgot to use a lot of word. When you practice, you can put it, or you can listen, because for example, Danielle, he say a new word for me. Oh, say, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot this word. But when people need help you don't learn. If you have a folks for improve your English, you need to I don't know, like I forgot the word, tipo entrar dentro, tipo nadar dentro. There is a slang, tem umas gírias for to do the same, but I forgot now. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's a good point. It's important to think about your time. I believe that, for example, on your work or about your family or about your friends,
Mhm.
um, when you think about your time, you need to think about what you need to do in a general way. So if I need to learn English and someone is asking for help, or if they are asking for something, I need to know if that help fit on my agenda or on my uh, calendar or something like that. Because I need to take care about my time. So it's important to think about that, and um, is not a problem if you are helping someone, and if you are saying yes sometimes. But
Mhm.
the problem is when you are saying yes all the time, and you don't care about your
Mhm.
time, and your time is valued. So it's important to think about that. um yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
good
have
point.
a one point. Can I do that? Can I say that? Do
Yeah, yeah,
this one
yeah,
point?
go ahead.
Because Danielle and Warley, for example, when someone call me, I spend like 1 hour for to talk for help them. And I don't listen podcast. For example, if I listen podcast in my airport, and I can learn more. But all the time I help people help. Oh, I have a problem. Oh my gosh, this. Okay, I listen, like therapy. But I, I'm not therapy. And that's it. That's it. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe people think that you are a therapist,
Yeah.
and that's okay to talk with someone if you're a friend, if he's your friend and something like that. But the problem is when it's all the time, and all the time the people is like, man, I need to talk with you about my problems and all this stuff, and it's some of like you need to solve my problems, and that's not the point. If you have problems, and if you need to talk with someone about your problems, maybe you need to go to the therapist. So that's the
Mhm.
main point. The problem is on the things that you do all the time. So that's the
Mhm.
the main point for me. If you have a balance, that's okay. It's not a problem to talk with someone and doing that and help someone, and that's okay. But when it's like a habit and you need to all the time to help someone, that's the complicated
Mhm.
point. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And what about you, Daniel? What do you think about that?
Let me see. Yes. Uh, like I said before, I had a difficult in to say no, and yep, sometimes I had a lot of things to do in the same time. For example, my friend asked me to help him at 7 a.m., and my mom asked me to help her in the same time, 7 a.m. And I always say, I always said yes, yes. And when the time arrived, I think, well, what I will do, because I
Mhm.
have a lot of things to do in the same time with different people, and what I need to do to solve that. So my mind was overloaded. Yeah, sobrecarregado, overloaded, and it was a big problem to me because I I can't help it. My mom and my friend and the other people. So I think, oh, I can't do nothing. It's a problem. And the other day I did the same thing. I I help. I plan it. I to plan my help my friend, my brother, my mom, my friend, something like that. It was a big problem to me. In my mind, it was overloaded, and I feel so bad. It was bad situation to me. I started to feel tired, and another mental problem, a lot of mental problem. And when I learned about it and I changed my meu comportamento, tipo, when I changed, I see the problem was me. The problem was I can't to say no behavior. Yeah, thank you very much. I need to change my behavior, and when I learned about it, I my mind my mind is better. Was better. I passed to feel better and understand and decide if I must or not must to help someone. And it was good. And to say no help a lot of people in mental health or well-being, something like that. It's so important, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's difficult because sometimes when you are saying no, you feel like guilty, so that's a bad feeling to feel, and it's hard. As you said, when you think about your family, for example, when you say no for your mom or your dad or about other relative, it's quite of hard because sometimes you feel guilty but you need to think about yourself. So that's the difficult thing to balance. That's the
Yeah.
difficult.
Yep, I wanted to help everyone, everyone because I think that if I don't help him or don't help her, I I would be a bad guy, a bad boy, kind of things, and it was so bad, bad thing, bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. And I would love to help a lot of people, but unfortunately, we don't have time for do that. I have a limit time, so it's quite hard. I need to work and I need to do a lot of things, so it's complicated. But okay, let's move on. Let's try to answer an interesting question here. The question number 9. In your opinion, what are some polite uh, form? Actually, what are some polite ways to say no without feeling guilty, in your opinion? Or could you share some idea or some tip to say that without feeling guilty? What do you think, Gislaine, about that?
Oh my gosh, this is hard. This is
Yeah.
hard, this is question. Oh my gosh, because, oh, Warley, I had a lot of therapy, and I saw the video in YouTube about this to say no. You need to say no, né, all the time because it's okay. And I learned it. I think about I don't know, there is one passage in the Bible. This it's a right this. Love your neighbor as yourself. Ama seu próximo como se fosse a ti mesmo. All right. And I understood that. And other loves others. I need to love myself first because if you pay attention this sentence, you need to love neighbors as yourself. And I don't love myself first, in the past. But this moment, for me, it's more comfortable to say that and I don't feeling guilt about this more. No, I'm saying no. That's it. I don't explain. I forgot the name. Explain it. I forgot. Explicar. I forgot. I don't know why.
Explain.
Yeah, I explain. Yeah, I explain for someone. I say no, no. I don't need. I I don't do that more. For example, in the past, when someone, oh, could you borrow me like 100? The pics, I don't know. I say, oh, no, because I have to buy something for me. I have a lot of bills for to pay. And but I was lying, I was lying. And no, I say, no, I can't do that. Now I say, no, I can't do that. Sorry. You need to save money. I say, I, I give them advice. Save money, baby.
Yeah, in my opinion, there is no easy way to do that. There is no.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we have polite ways to do that, but it's not a easy or perfect way to say that. You need just to say. You need to explain, and that's okay. And the main point is not to feel guilty about that, because actually you are helping other. Mainly if it's about someone asking help you all the time. So that's the main point. There's no perfect way to do that. You need just to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not an easy thing. We need to work up a lot about that, and we are gonna learn better to do that. So that's the main
If you're
point.
another person some need help you say no. They needed to understand, because if they understand, because they love you. If he doesn't understand, sorry, he doesn't love you, baby. I believe that,
Yeah,
because your
exactly that.
life, you have a choice. You need it to good choice for you, because you have a goals, you have a dream. You need to go. You need to go.
Yeah, exactly that. And what about you, Daniel? What do you think about that?
For me, the good way to not feeling guilt is to think
Mm-hmm.
myself before to think in others. I totally agree with Zidane. I need to love me, to love myself before to love others. So every time I need to say no, I think if I say yes, it's gonna good to me. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I say yes. If not, I say not because I needed to think myself before to think others. You know?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Good
the
point.
idea. That's the idea. As I said before, I don't believe that we have a perfect way or an easy way to do that. But it's important to do. Saying no, it's important. It's important for you. You need to think about yourself. So that's pretty important. So guys, welcome back, guys, for the main room. I would like to ask you, what did you think about the immersion, and how was that on the breakout room? Let me know about you, Solon. What do you think?
It was a very nice conversation. I spoke with Eduino and Claudio. I think it was very, very interesting. I think we went until question number 11, if I'm not wrong, but we had a very interesting conversation. I really appreciated that.
Amazing, amazing. And how was that for you, Claudio? Let me know your opinion.
For me, it's a good theme. Um, this immersion, I think, is important to say no in, uh, in the professional career, personal life, in relationship, when you create a relationship. But I great time, great time to about with doing and so it's a pleasure.
Awesome, awesome. And what about you, Eduino? What did you think?
Yes, me too. It was a enjoyable conversation. We agree in some aspects. It was a good choice of the team. Yes, it was good. It's a good thing. It was very important to be directly when we want to say no or yes. If we want to grow in our career or in our personal life, yes, it can be firmly to say no. Thanks.
Amazing, amazing. So, guys, I would like to send here on the chat the link of the survey. As you said, it's a number survey. You can say what did you think about the immersion, and also suggest other topics that you would like to talk about. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the conversation, and I hope to see you on the next time as well. Okay, so thank you all, and bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay,
See
guys.
you.
Thank